You're listening to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I'm your host, Matt Burns, and I can honestly say, yes, I can't apologise enough for being on later than usual. Then I should already be on, which, due to time constraints and everything. But to be honest with you, I ended up working on something a bit longer than what I expected, and unfortunately ended up overshooting. And by the time I could get the equipment working, I then ended up on late. So this one is definitely 100% not due to equipment failure or anything. This is more so to do my fault. So apologies for being late, which is, there's no excuse for being late. So apologies for that. But we're all here for the burning truth, and as some might have noticed, that last Thursday I actually ended up doing a special, more of a thank you, a big massive thank you, with the burning truth being 4 years old. I still can't believe that it's 4 years old. It's almost unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable, the fact that we've been going for so long. And as I've always stated, and as I must have stated a dozen times on that special thank you, many, many more years to come. But anyway, let's move on to the interesting part, why we're all here. Which is, of course, wrestling! Never heard that one before. But yes, we are here for wrestling, and I'd like to point out that straight away I will be mentioning about the new roster reveal for UKWA tomorrow, so we'll have some interesting reveal tomorrow. So please check out the UKWA's social media. That would be, all round, so please check it out. And I believe that they also might be working on a website, so give that a check out as well. Now, let's get down to some interesting news. One of them being Ryback. Oh, good lord, Ryback. I can also say, love the fact that he's doing his own thing, getting his own merchandise, getting his own sell, especially with, Feed Me More Nutrition, which straight away, that name feeds itself to the public. Yes, I know what a lot of people are going to say. See what you did there. But I can also say what was so interesting was the fact that the advertisement video that they're using, wow. Basically, his advertisements is saying, take this, get close behind by Ryback, and you will lose weight, change hair colour and voice somehow. But you need to see it to believe it. And I will have to say on this one, I have to thank WrestleTalk for pointing this one out to myself. And yes, I know what you're saying, but that's another credibility. That's no points. That does help yourself out. But if it wasn't for WrestleTalk for pointing that out, I would not have seen it. I might have missed it. But I have to give credit where credit is due, and bravo, lads. That is absolutely hysterical. The fact that you pointed out a bit differently and went down a different route, but it's interesting to say. Now, one thing I want to get off my chest straight away is I know that recently I didn't do a bit of a show review for United Wrestling, and I am very apologetic for that. I know I've been behind on a lot of things, and it is unfortunate I haven't got round to it. But I can honestly say that their last show, even though I wasn't actually booked on it, I did actually turn up, not many of the audience might have seen me, but because I use a bit of prowess, technical diversions, I actually use almost every trick in the book to get myself hidden. And I can also say the show, top to bottom, absolute stellar show. One that was entertaining and one that I would recommend everybody seeing. Now, as I've always stated, I wouldn't be giving out results of the show because we always either give enough time for everybody to see, possibly to, if any footage gets revealed or anything, give time for people to look up for themselves. And besides, if anybody wants to see, you can probably see all the results on their social media. And I also say I cannot wait for their next show, which one thing I will state about United Wrestling is they always have their show last Friday of every month, with the exception of certain days, possibly in January or and December. But I'm not sure if that's the same with the following next year. And I know it's usually the December month is where they usually have the change. And if anybody is a fan of United Wrestling Live, they have also just had announced that they've got their dates for 2019 already out. So if anybody wants to see them, check it out on their social media. And as always, they're always giving out potential free tickets and everything, big offers and big prizes. So please always check out their social media. And not only do they give out big massive prizes, I also know that Pro Wrestling For You also has been doing the same. But then again, I've always stated, check out your local wrestling and always check them out on their social media. Now, in news today, there is reports that Miss Bliss is suffering through multiple concussions, and it is absolutely unfortunate that we're having to mention this. I know many other places might have already announced this, but it is unfortunate, especially with it being in such a short period of time. Now, a lot of people might say, oh no, she'll be back and everything. Concussion is something that is very serious and needs to be investigated and checked out. It is unfortunate because she wasn't at Evolution. And because of these injuries. And it seems that we're also going to be missing her for Survivor Series. Well, not on TV miss. I mean, miss her from the ring. Now, what WWE have done is decided to sort of transition Miss Bliss into a manager sort of role, with her being the captain for Team Raw for Survivor Series on the women's Survivor Series match. Now, it is, she will be choosing more members for Team Raw, most likely tomorrow, and I hope this isn't the end of her career, because she is a fantastic talent, is excelled in her own field in many, many ways, and I just feel as though it'd be such a shame if she has to leave the ring. But understand this doesn't mean yet her career is over. It just means she might be taking a detour. Now, one person who I think she might want to speak to and probably get great advice off is probably Daniel Bryan. As with him, he had to semi-retire due to multiple concussions and in many injuries. She might want to ask for advice on how to get better, possibly take some pointers and go from there. Now, the Burning Truth wants to wish Alexa Bliss nothing but the best intentions and best, hope that she does return to the squared circle and is able to, well, basically do what she's best, create magic in the ring. And we'll have to wait and see. More on that later. Now, supposedly at the moment in time, Cody Rhodes is currently out of Global Wars and has got a MRI scheduled. That is possibly due to potential injury that he has suffered recently, which is absolutely unfortunate for Cody Rhodes, especially with the position that he's in. And it's just unfortunate because, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he is the IWGP United States Champion and co-holder of the ROH World Six Tag Team Championship. And it's possibly from some, unusual thing. And he's possibly thinking that the way he's injured his knee is possibly by throwing out the t-shirt, Of all things, he had a loud pop in his knee, which is terrifying. Hopefully this isn't anything too serious and doesn't, but, things can happen in wrestling. The smallest of injuries can go on to bigger things, and the Burning Truth hopes that isn't the case and that he's able to continue on and produce the magic that he does and be as entertaining as possible. Now, in regards to some interesting news of myself. Now, on Saturday, which is yesterday, I was actually at Wolfram Pro Wrestling. I can honestly say I was there testing out some new equipment myself, but I was more or less of being wanting to go there because I haven't been for a while. I can also say, what an absolute stacked card, amazing show. Definitely one that I'm glad I went to watch and had some entertaining wrestling on, and one that I hope I'll hopefully be at many more shows for Wolfram Pro as they continue to grow and grow and grow. What is so amazing about Wolfram Pro is I've actually been there when it first started, and it is absolutely great to see where it originally started and how much it is growing, and it is growing. It's absolute magical, and the interesting thing about it is they've always got great talent on there. If anybody's interested, please check out Wolfram Pro Wrestling. And of course, if I'm not mistaken, I also bumped into a fellow show reviewer, and Tom Baker, who, bless his heart, wanted to be chopped by another wrestler. And at first he was almost pointing to me. I was like, please don't, you'll need to see footage from the first show at Wolfram Pro. I'm sorry, Drew, I have to bring that up. I know how much your chest is still hurting, but hey, at least Gravity remembered you. Oh, sorry, my bad. But Tom Baker wanted to get chopped. Unfortunately, he didn't get that, but the one thing he did do is he did manage to get something sorted out. So if anybody's interested in seeing what he has in store, please check out Best of the British Independents or Best of the Indies. Please check out Tom Baker. I can also say, absolute stellar person, great person to know, and he has always been there for the Burning Truth as well, and always been The weird thing about it is, when I was speaking with Tom yesterday, one thing that both me and him both agree upon, we can end up chatting to wrestlers, and stories are getting thrown left, right, and centre, and it's amazing the information that we're hearing. It's like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. Can't believe it. Tell us more, and we're getting all this absolute amazing content, and then we find out the camera wasn't even rolling. Why? Why is that? Why is that always the case? If anybody has an answer for that, please send me a message and let me know. As I'd like to know how to avoid it, if at all best. But then again, next, hopefully I'll be getting some more interview. I will be getting more interviews, but hopefully I'll be having the camera rolling, and I'm pretty sure Tom Baker will be the same as well as myself. But more to come in regards to that. But please check out any content that Tom Baker does actually release, especially with Best of the British Indies. Please check it out. Now, with that, I know this has been a bit of a shorter episode. I do apologise for this, ladies and gentlemen. I have been very, very preoccupied, and I feel as though I've had a lot on my plate. But hopefully, next week I'll probably have more to bring. But just so you all know, next week I will be doing a pre-recorded episode, as I will be at Venom Wrestling. Now, with that, I hope you all look, as I've always stated, check out your local wrestling. Please do. And with I know this week's has been a bit of a shorter episode. It's because with me forgetting things, and I feel as though this episode's been very, very rushed. I do apologise for that. I will make sure to make up for it, and I'll find a way to make up for it, especially with some potential new content. And just to state that even though I have mentioned that TBT interviews is returning, it might not only be the only thing returning, because there is a gaming bug going round, and who knows, TBT games could be coming back. So keep your ears out, and keep checking out on social media. It could be coming back. So, but with that, I'm going to give a massive shout out to the usual plugs, which is please check out UK Wrestling Alliance, also known as UKWA. Please check out UK Wrestling Media, also known as UKWM. Please check out Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy, especially with their beginners class are on Monday, £10 per class, which they are usually 7 p.m. to between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Please, if anybody wants to know the location, please check them out on their social media, as it'll give you all the directions straight to the place. Absolute great training place. I can honestly say they are building stars for they are building the next generation of wrestlers. I can't say nothing more than that. Please check out JG Printing and Stitching, as he does fantastic work. I also recommend you check out Mind, especially with the information that they provide, and I also recommend everybody to check out Changes UK, especially for health and well-being, because all the information on Mind and Changes UK, health and well-being, the information that they do provide in there could end up helping yourself. You never know, but more importantly, they could end up helping you provide some help to somebody else, because that information could prove vital and even possibly life-changing as well. But you won't know. Give it a check out, and even if it doesn't help out, just having that knowledge could actually help you out in the long run for later in life. You never know. Please check out Team 4-Star with great content that they're always doing especially on YouTube. They've got their own website. Please check out bands like The New Breed, Camens. As always, you've even got an extra one this week, Matthew Botchamania. As always, check out Barely Average Studios, which is a game review, and please check out Fatal Misfire, as they are usually doing some game streaming on Twitch, which that is normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually starting between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. GMT/BST time. I recommend everybody check out Phil DeFranco, especially with, if you want to get your world news, please check out Phil DeFranco, also known as Philip DeFranco, especially with the Philip DeFranco show. That guy knows how to get news out, and here's the thing, he may have some bad news to give to you, but he tries his best to make it. He tries his best to keep you informed and everything, and then put a bit of a try at a positive spin. And the content that he does bring is absolutely brilliant. But the one thing I will say with Philip DeFranco that he does and it's very clever. And something I do agree with him is that regardless whatever content you are releasing, whatever content you are producing, showcasing, don't make it a one-sided conversation. Make it an absolute, make it a discussion. Make it a two-way conversation. You know, like just like on his channel, sending messages and everything. You know, send me messages. I will respond. I will answer, and I will reply. But Phil DeFranco, stay stay well, stay safe, and I'll be catching out your content soon. When Fandom Strikes, absolutely amazing vocalist, I can honestly say, especially on YouTube, and she's also on TikTok. But the content she does on TikTok is absolutely stellar, amazing, and I recommend everybody check it out. Please, everybody check out also Luke Moto on YouTube. That guy seems to be getting so many likes, and I can honestly say his content that he does produce is absolutely fantastic and wonderful. And it's interesting because he does actually put a bit of a nice spin on things. But the one thing I will say with him, I've actually met Luke Moto outside, in person and in life. Absolutely genuine guy. What you see is what you get. As much as a lot of people can say when the camera's on, he's somebody else. With him, he's not. He is the genuine article. What you see is what you get with him. So please, please, check him out. He is a funny guy. If I'm honest with you, I feel as though at times he is holding back because that guy's had me laughing many, many times on camera. Watching his content and especially off the camera when I've met him at wrestling shows. Absolute all-round awesome guy. And of course, please check out Best of the British Indies, as that guy, as Tom Baker is always trying his best to push the British independence, and he's doing well. It's good to see him doing well, and he's always trying to push everything further. So please check him out, and of course, please check out The Burning Truth. The website www.theburningtruthuk.com, where you probably listen to me live. Or you're listening to the most recent broadcast on there, most recent broadcast episode on there, past broadcast, interviews, show reviews, which I know I haven't done in a while, but who knows? I will get back into it again. I've also got my merchandise section where you can get some snazzy t-shirts and some great office mugs that make great gifts. They really do. And of course the blog section where I normally put on my predictions, and of course I will be putting the blog out. As much as I know I've joked about it, I will be getting the blog out soon. And a contact page where you can send a message and it'll get straight to my mailbox, and hopefully I will be responding to any messages that are sent to me. Please check out the links page because most of the things I've already plugged will have links to their websites. Please check them out. Please do not hold the Burning Truth responsible for any of the links that may have inappropriate or things that you may not, may not want to see. I do apologise for that, but that is unfortunately I'm not held responsible for what they have on their websites. And of course, please always check out our social media, which is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Which, if I'm not mistaken, the Twitter one is a little bit different, so you have to spell it out like this: WRESLING4THWALL instead of the Burning Truth. And of course, you'll find us also on Spotify, so please check us out on there. Hopefully, we get more numbers on there and be able to bring up even bigger, badder, and better content. And of course, this is a wrap up right now. So as always, please stay well, stay safe, and as of always, please check out your local wrestling. I will catch you next week, but it will be a pre-recorded episode, just to state. Till then, catch you later.